Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So this is Chris from Cypher Sigma Toys, and we have a new pickup. Which I kind of wasn't expecting, but kind of went looking for. Maybe this was FOMO. So it's a new a crossover line that has been started to be released. I've seen them turn up on Vinted at like 25, 30, 40 quid. And I was like, oh, well, that seems all right for the price, and they seem to be really hard. It seems they were coming from America, weren't over here as of yet. And conveniently then, because I was looking for them, I had an article come up on Facebook. So this article come up, and it was just like a link to Smith's Toys, and it was like, oh, Smith's Toys now have these in stock. Checked it, they had 8 in my local store. Okay, great. So I went there, walking up and down the toys. It turns out they put it kind of the furthest end from the boys' toys, and it was only $14.99. So what did I get? So this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Godzilla line from Nickelodeon. So the background art, well, the kind of circled round art is obviously buildings being destroyed, and then at the back we have Leonardo, Raphael, and Michelangelo, and then Donatello as some mecha. As far as I'm aware, it is only the 3 that have been released. So look, as I say, they're in Smith's Toys. They're only £15. So for £15, I was like, do you know what? Leo is my favourite one. I'm not going to collect every Leo, but kind of if there was ever a kind of one of the turtles that I would get, in most cases, it is Leonardo. So it says there 1,200. So we will open the box. So this is how it comes in. So it has kind of a cardboard surround at the back of it. Then has his 2 katanas with kind of flame effects. They look like they're built in, which is cool. And then he has kind of a shell. So let's get into it. Or let's try and cut everything out without damaging anything. This is the pivotal point of the hit. So, okay, swords. Yeah. That's a good live. Looks like, okay, there's quite a few points they have tied this in, whether that's right or wrong. I mean, I say most of these sort of figures from these sort of lines, I feel like you put one round the waist, and it's more or less good enough. I can't remember, I got a figure the other week that had one round the waist, and that was, as I say, more than enough. So that is everything out. So yes, we have the 2 flamed katanas. So obviously playing on the handles, obviously, I mean, it's only a 15 quid figure, so there's not going to be a massive amount of paint. Obviously, they've just done the silver. There are a few little smudge marks and stuff on mine. I'm not a perfectionist. I did know someone's probably touched it or that. Then we have Leo. There he is. So his head, quite a lot of articulation. So obviously 360, can look slightly down and quite a bit up. Obviously the arms, fairly loose for a figure. Obviously, and then you have obviously the shoulder joint there. And then you have the wrist joint. It's no butterfly clip like you would a Marvel Legends. And then obviously you have the wrist. And then obviously exactly the same. You can turn, obviously, so you can have his arms straight like he's clotheslining. You can kind of bring it in. You could kind of have him raise it to the air. Next up, we have the really chunky legs, which you will see, obviously, it's not obvious, but I know that's what I like to say. So you've got the hip joints, and then you've obviously got a knee joint-ish, and then the foot turns kind of left. I mean, to be honest, that's all it kind of needs. I mean, the Godzilla type kaiju ones are very leg heavy anyway. They need to be, I think, for the weight. And then obviously you have his tail, some imprinting there, you can see, and then we turn the tail. then you have these two clips, which obviously they would lock into here. Very simple. I don't think you could really get to this wrong. But there's a little tab there, and that all fits on this bit. So I'm assuming it, yeah. So as you will see, you just push it in. There's no slide in if it aligns correctly, like that. So there he is. The bandana's up in the air. That's a little bit of a nuisance, but we won't really falter for that. Right, and then, so I mean, overall it feels kind of 15 quid's worth ish. I mean, it's good details from Nickelodeon and Turtles figures, kind of what their 15 quid line would be, just bigger. I say the wrists and some of the joints feel far loose. I think that's just the type of plastic and the methods they use. But there we go. So there he is. Obviously, massively increases the height of his swords. And then we scroll around to the tail. So there, and underneath if you want, and from a bird's eye, and obviously you have all the scales at the back. Because it's a really, really cool figure. Obviously, would I pick up the other ones? Probably not. Maybe if they drop a little bit more in price. But he will sit with my Turtles line. He will probably sit on top because I have a lot of space there. But are you interested in this line? Is this something you're picking up? Please do let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Obviously, another Godzilla figure for the collection. I've been Chris from Size Sigma Toys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I really do appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll definitely see you in the next one.